Should probably turn my phone down, right? Got a new phone. This thing's freaking louder than my other one. Welcome back to the Sleuth Intuition channel. I'm your host, Patrick Vallejos. We are broadcasting to the world live from Phoenix, Arizona. Um, Quite the start to 2025. We have the incident in New Orleans. I think it took 15 lives. And then this strange Cybertruck explosion in Las Vegas. So the question is, are they connected? I think this will kind of summarize what we're trying to accomplish with this live stream. Hold on. So the more I learned about this gentleman here, Matthew, the more I thought about this guy. What is it, Ryan Ruth? Ralph? The accused Trump assassin? What's up, Olivia? Reported this morning the drivers were in the military together. Yep. Let's see. Both rentals were at Turo. I learned a little bit about that company. Both vehicles were electric. It's kind of like a message to Elon, maybe. Both were active U.S. Army. And there's a strange connection to Fort Bragg. Good to see you, Christine, Cindy, Phil. What's up? All right, so let's look at some of these similarities here. Let's look at this headline. Man who died in Tesla Cybertruck explosion was active duty U.S. Army soldier, officials say. 3 U.S. officials said, is it Livelsberger was an active duty Army member who spent time at the base formerly known as Fort Bragg, a massive Army base in North Carolina that is home to Army Special Forces Command. That was put out by Fox 5 local Las Vegas. This is from the New York Times. No terrorist to me. Relatives and friends saw few signs before the attack. Shamsud din Bahar Jabbar spent years in the military, moving between states, ending up in Fort Bragg. So there's the common denominator right there between these 3 people is Fort Bragg. Ending up in Fort Bragg in North Carolina at one point, according to court documents, and deploying once to Afghanistan. Now, these guys were in Afghanistan at the exact same time. No proof that they were, in contact with each other or even anywhere near one another. What's up, Metal Mama? Patty, hello. Okay, so we're going to go over a lot of information, everything that I could gather on. There's not a whole lot on this gentleman here, Mr. Jabbar. A lot more was available on Livelsberger. And you guys are all familiar with this guy. And there's a connection between these two. I think it's Ukraine. They're both we're trying to recruit for that war that's going on over there. What's up, Jerry? What's going on, Mustang? Let's see here. After extensive cell phone, laptop, and vehicle GPS data analysis going back 4 years, Ryan Wesley Ruth visited Fort Bragg 147 times, staying overnight on 29 occasions. I don't know how accurate this is. I couldn't really find any more information on this. But apparently this was posted by Tony Soruga. And I also found that this is not mine. Somebody else put this together, but I also found this on X earlier today. Happy New Year, Metal. And I believe these guys enlisted like a year apart. I think one was 2006 and the other 2007. So both U.S. Army, both rented vehicles from Turo, both renting electric vehicles for what, was that just their preference? Because they both were kind of like the same, fighting for the same cause. Did they do that on purpose? What's up, Jill Moser? Well, it's been a pretty quiet day too. Day one was quite the doozy. All right, let's take a look at the most recent presser. Let me see. There's a few of them. I want to make sure this is the right one.
Stuff that is very useful for this investigation. As you look at this Cybertruck here, we had to transport this down to our fleet services.
Can you guys hear that okay? Kind of sounds funny in my headphones.
Really get through this thing. I remind you that the subject inside wasn't able to be removed for a very long period of time because he was burnt beyond recognition. And so as we continue to move through this, I'm going to talk a little bit about his identity and what we believe, but I would like to highlight a couple of things that the teams found inside of the Cybertruck that are useful to the investigation. And that.
All right, let's take a look at this. So really, for somebody that's involved in the military and special forces, I mean, that the bomb wasn't the best, right? He must not have been like a expert in explosives and things like that. It was pretty crude. I know Elon's over there saying, "Nah, man, that wasn't a huge explosive. That thing would have blown any other vehicle to shreds." It was our superior design. No, I mean the dude just had like cans of kerosene or something back there and a bunch of fireworks. It's pretty strange. I appreciate that, Jerry. Red Queen, welcome in. So we had this event. We're going to go through all the information and then we'll kind of talk about it.
First and foremost is a military identification. We also found a passport. We found a Desert Eagle 50 caliber semi-automatic pistol. And if you'll notice on a lot of these guns that we're going to talk about here, they're almost just burnt beyond recognition as well. There's a SLR model B30 semi-automatic firearm. Number of fireworks that were still in the vehicle that had to be removed. Notably, we found an iPhone and a smartwatch, and then several credit cards were also in the name of our subject. Our subject is 37-year-old Matthew Livelsberger. He's of Colorado Springs, Colorado, born July 22nd of 1987. Now, as you'll see here on a picture of his driver's license, let's see, the question really still remains for me, and I know that there's a lot of you folks in the media that are identifying.
He kind of looks like Chad Daybell.
Find this person as a person in our vehicle. As I mentioned to you already, his body is burnt beyond recognition, and I do still not have confirmation 100% that that is the individual that was inside of our vehicle. And so as I'm calling it now, the subject or person of interest, I will not come back until I have the confirmation through DNA or medical records that this is indeed, in fact, the subject.
Good to see you, Don Spain. Safe travels to you, my friend. Welcome in, Hiawatha. Sleeper cells waking up. I mean, people were warning us all through 2024 to expect these kind of attacks because of the open border. And I know there were kind of rumors that the terror attack, the vehicle used, that white truck, was coming through the U.S. Mexico border. I, I think it did, but it was unrelated to the event that happened yesterday. But that's really not the point. The point is that they recently caught some folks that were connected to ISIS, or were 100% ISIS members, and they were plotting a terror attack, and they came in through the U.S. Mexico border. So that's the point.
Inside of the vehicle. Now, further complicating this identification of this individual, we also discovered through the coroner's office that the individual had sustained a gunshot wound to the head prior to the detonation of the vehicle. One of the handguns was found at his feet inside of the vehicle.
It's a big gun, too.
Obviously, in how we're trying to identify him, and I'm feeling comfortable to give you this information, is a tremendous amount of substantial evidence, to include he rented the.
Hiawatha says, yeah, and I believe the FBI knows of many more. Hell, they've caught some of them. What do you think? Do you think the assassin who shot Trump's ear, I wonder if he's somehow connected to this same group? I feel like they're connected. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat there.
Vehicle. There are 2 tattoos, one of which was on the stomach and one of which is on the arm, that we can see bits and pieces of it as in comparison to what it is that we now know he had on his body. That has given us a lot of confidence that this is, in fact, the same person, as well as the clearly obvious, which is the credit cards, the military identification, the passport. And then furthermore, as you'll
What's up, CJK?
see here in just a very short period of time, we tracked his movements from Colorado to Las Vegas, and in a number of the photographs that we were able to determine, he was the individual that was driving the vehicle. And also, I'd like to iterate this point to you. We still have only ever seen him in this vehicle, and we're not aware of any other subjects involved in this particular case.
Let's go to Grunge Truck. What's up, Grunge? You're right about that. Grunge says the Cybertruck has a Fight Club kind of vibe message to it. I kind of get that feeling from all of this. I feel like this is a group of people somehow, maybe they're meeting at Fort Bragg, secretly. So I'm very curious if these folks were ever somehow in the same city together. Maybe they're in some back room. There's a conspiracy theory for you.
Now, I would like to acknowledge a couple of things because I know what's going on in the social media world, and there are a number of things in this case that are similar to the attack in New Orleans. We do know that our subject here served in the military. In fact, he's a current member of the military. Both of the subjects served at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. What we do know about that is it's a very large military base, and we have no record that they served in the same unit or even at the same years at Fort Bragg, something that continues to remain under investigation. I also know that they both served in Afghanistan in 2009. We don't have any evidence that they were in the same province in Afghanistan, the same location, or the same unit. Again, something else that remains under investigation.
Interesting.
And we also know, of course, that they both used the rental company Turo to rent their vehicles.
Electric vehicles also.
As far as his military background, it's been confirmed by DOD that he was indeed in the United States Army. He was also a Green Beret operations sergeant who spent most of his time at Fort Carson, Colorado, and in Germany. He was on approved leave from Germany, where he was serving with the 10th Special Forces Group.
Let's welcome in Sensei, Wackadoodle, CJK, Anna Lisette, and I think I got you, CJK.
He was also previously in the National Guard and the Army Reserve. I'd like to point out to you that through exceptional joint investigative effort, we believe we can show you his route to Las Vegas.
Check this out.
From Colorado, and Carlos will put up the map there for you. And we know that he rented the Cybertruck in
This
Denver on
bastard came right through Arizona. So something's going on with Colorado, Denver, Colorado. You know,
December 28th. We tracked his movements through the Tesla charging stations to Monument, Colorado on December 30th. On the 31st of December, the truck was charged in Trinidad, Colorado, Las Vegas, New Mexico, and Albuquerque and Gallup, New Mexico. On January 1st, the truck was charged in Holbrook, Flagstaff, and Kingman, Arizona.
crazy.
We last tracked the truck in Kingman at 05:33 yesterday morning. The truck was first spotted in Las Vegas at 7:29 a.m. yesterday. And Carlos will pull up a picture of the truck pulling onto Fashion Show Drive here.
Hey guys, we've got a special treat for you.
7:34 a.m. We know that he pulled into the Trump valet, and I believe we have a video of that.
Hi, Walt. This is, I read somewhere that the two drivers were in the military together at some point. Well, it hasn't been confirmed like together. They both were active US Army, and both were stationed at Fort Bragg, and served in Afghanistan at the same time. Also rented from what is called the Turo Rentals. I'm not very familiar with it. I have something pulled up for you guys, but also they rented electric vehicles. So I don't know, I feel like there's something's going on. There's a message there.
You can see the Cybertruck highlighted there.
Welcome in, Kimmy.
So through extensive surveillance video, we were able to track him leaving there, and we know that he went to several different places along Las Vegas Boulevard, and he spent some time in a parking lot.
Kimmy Canuck. Wait, what happened in Germany? Because this guy was stationed in Germany. I think I vaguely remember something that happened, some event. Was it like a mass shooting or something like that?
Out of a business near Flamingo and Las Vegas Boulevard. We didn't have a video of the truck pulling back onto Las Vegas Boulevard from the sands. You see that there? That's north on the boulevard from Sands at 8:39, where he then immediately heads to the Trump Hotel, pulls into the valet area, and as of course you all know, the explosion occurs within 17 seconds of his arrival at the valet. There's some additional investigative updates that are going to be provided to you by a couple of the other speakers here, the first of which will be our special agent in charge of the FBI local office, Spencer Evans. Spencer?
Good morning. My name is Spencer Evans. I'm the special agent.
All right, let's pause it right there. Hey, Sensei with the 12-month flex. 1 year, woohoo. The world seems to be getting crazier by the year. I hope this isn't a sign of what's to come this year. Happy New Year, everyone. I mean, what a hell of a start, right? Day 2, it's like, check in, guys. I survived 2025. So we need like a check-in system, I think. And it's weird. It's like all fueled with this weird Trump derangement. At least that's how it seems so far. Welcome in, wife Lilith. Good to see you. Scott, good to see you. This is some horrible promotion, Anna. Did you see that? Let's go back to that. This bastard went right through my state. No, I don't know. I didn't know he had children. I know he's married. Thank you, Don. Muslim drove through Christmas market on Magdeburg. In Magdeburg? Did I say that right? Okay. Well, this individual, Matthew, he was stationed in Germany. Another strange connection there. Grunge, you might have been right. You hit it right on the head with that whole Fight Club thing, like this weird, some kind of weird terrorist organization. Coming together with a common enemy. So it appears to have started in Denver. Took him 2 days. If he had help, he could have did that. He could have drove that distance in 1 day, really, less than 24 hours. I've done drives like that before, multiple times, and then some. So his name was Matthew Livels. Was that right? Livelsberger? Here's a video of him and his wife.
Posted up, midnight red-eye flight. Sarah Beans. No Matty B.
Trying not to be weird.
Not to be weird.
Not allowed to be weird. Embarrass him. I can't do that.
We're judging people in front of the walking thing. You can choose to walk. You can choose to stand still. You can choose to
pick a side. People pick a side.
You can walk aside it if you want some exercise and just be devoid of technology if you choose. Post it up.
Welcome in Julia Barnes. Julia Barnes in the building. Yeah, Kimmy, if that was in Germany, this gentleman here, husband to Sarah, was stationed in Germany. Is that right? Do I have that right? I guess that's why it's always good to go through all the information first. See what else we got on this gentleman. Got a couple photos. Damn, he's in some straight up snow camo. That reminds me of that movie Shooter. You guys seen that? Mark Wahlberg movie. What little town? Looks like he's on a snowmobile. Not sure where this one's taken. It's got some sandbags in the back. That may be Afghanistan, or maybe that's like at a training facility. It's him and his wife. apparently this has something to do with Ukraine. He also has some social media posts where he's actually trying to recruit for Ukraine. Wife Lola says, I wonder if there's other things that happened that they haven't put together. Shit. Well, if they're expecting anything crazy, they better tell us. Because, I mean, after Trump got elected, it has been a little bit quiet. A lot quieter than I was expecting. And it says, in my opinion, Lee Harvey Oswald did what he did because his wife rejected him. This Vegas guy had domestic issues, according to news, arguments about infidelity. With this woman here, here's another photograph. Okay, he looks young there, huh? In his operator's gear. Maybe you guys know where this is at. Kind of looks like Egypt, but I doubt it. I don't think Egypt has any mountains. Cute dog. How long in between both? Wasn't it within hours? Yeah, it was within hours. I mean, look at all these things that are in common here. Okay, both had vehicles that were involved. One was a Tesla, electric vehicle. In New Orleans, it was a white truck that was electric. Both vehicles were rented from Turo. The driver of both vehicles are active U.S. Army. They spent time in Afghanistan at the exact same time and also spent time together at Fort Bragg. Coincidence? Thanks for the super sticker, Mustang. Frank Meister says, Happy New Year, Sleuthers, with a big flex. Thanks, Frank. Appreciate you. So definitely some kind of a badass. I don't know with all of his training, how he fucked up that bomb. You think that it would have been a little more effective. Unless it really was the Tesla. Superior design by Tesla saves Trump Tower. I don't know, but I think Grunge Truck was right about that. There seems to be like a message there with the fireworks and the fact that he took his own life. I mean, allegedly, right? How do we know somebody didn't dump him there? I don't know. Something's off with this one. All I know is if these are connected, it's not over. Like these guys, if they are connected and they organize this, that means they're part of a larger group. Do you guys agree with that? Kimmy says in Germany, December 20th, I think 5 people, including a 9-year-old boy, holy crap, died and 205 people were injured. Wow. Car plowed into the crowd on Friday evening. Terrorism in Germany. That's strange because this gentleman, was serving in Germany. Let's say all these events were connected. Do you think they would ever tell us? And when I say us, I mean us, the public. like the general public? Will we even ever know? Is this something that we're even allowed to know? Transparency. What's that? All right, let's see what else I got on Matthew Livelsberger. This was from Right Angle News. Matthew Livelsberger, the individual connected to the bombing of the Cybertruck at Trump Tower in Las Vegas, can be seen wearing a shirt with "Glory to Ukraine" written in Ukrainian in red letters. Matt Livelsberger, Operations Director, Intelligence Manager, Remote Autonomous Systems, SUAS Special Forces, Green Beret, U.S. Army, Norwich University, Greater Colorado Springs area. Okay, so his little journey to Las Vegas, Nevada started in Colorado because apparently that's where he's from, right? Yeah, mixed reports, Anna. All right, let's see here. Master Sergeant Matthew Allen Livelsberger enlisted as a 18X. I think that's where they trained to be a Green Beret. Here, I think I have something on that. Hold on. Whoop, too far. Oh, here it is. Special Forces candidate. As a Special Forces candidate, you'll be training to become a Green Beret, one of the most highly skilled soldiers in the world. To join the Army elite, you must complete extensive mental and physical training. There are 4 entry-level Special Forces military occupational specialties, and your specialty will be decided based on your background, aptitude, and the needs of the Army. Let's see. Enlisted soldier, check. Active duty, check. Army National Guard, entry level. And served in active duty Army from January 2006 to March 2011. So he joined in 2006, and the other gentleman that perpetrated the attack in New Orleans, I think, joined in 2007. It's pretty close, right? They might be crossing paths. Livelsberger then joined the National Guard from March 2011 to July 2012, followed by the Army Reserve from July 2012 to December 2012. He entered the active duty Army in December of 2012 and was a U.S. Army Special Operations soldier. Additionally, U.S. Army Special Operations Command can confirm Livelsberger was assigned to the command and on approved leave at the time of his death. USA SOC is in full cooperation with federal and state law enforcement agencies, but as a matter of policy will not comment on an ongoing investigation. So here's something posted by Matt about Ukraine again, or showing some interest in it. How's it going, Kimmy? Thank you, Sparky. What's up? Yeah, if you guys could hit the thumbs up, it's right there. Yep, we better outlaw trucks, Anna. Better outlaw them. No trucks, no vehicles that go over 5 miles per hour. Anything else would be too dangerous. What's up, Blind Squirrel? Says happy good year to all you amazing people. Thank you. Right back at you. Misty Free Spirit, good to see you. All right, who else did we miss? Miranda, what's up? How you doing? Don says if he had his passport, he wasn't planning you know what. Yeah, and I mean Mexico is right there too. But maybe just being part of the military and being stationed in Germany, maybe the passport is just something he carries on him. Maybe like another form of ID, possibly. Maybe it's just become a habit, you know. What's up outside of the grid? It appears that way. Everybody seems to be bracing for the next pandemic. All right, so this says here quick turn 30-day contract op in Ukraine at $550 per day. Lodging and travel provided. And here's a comment from the Cybertruck bomber. I've got a top 18D recently ETS'd who is looking for just this opportunity. Sent him your way. So this makes you wonder if this Matt character ever crossed paths with the Trump assassin. You know, makes you wonder. Here's some of his experience. 19 years, 1 month. Remote and autonomous systems manager in 2024. Special forces. So is that what he was doing in Germany? February of 2023 through November 2024. Special forces operations manager, team sergeant. Risk management. Here's a list of his skills: risk management, project management, security operations, field operations, personal management, operation planning, technology integration, operations management, cross-functional team leadership. What's that? Is that the Ukraine stuff? Joint planning and operations. Special Forces Intelligence and Operations Specialist. 2015 through 2023, 7 years. Skills listed: cultural studies, vulnerability assessment, project management, technical data, all source intelligence, biometrics, case studies, personal management, technology integration, operations management, intelligence community, targeting. Targeting?
Posted up, midnight red eye.
We already saw that. So I was kind of collecting information as the news broke. So we'll kind of go in chronological order from when I gathered these articles. Okay. Some of it may be repetitive. Bear with me. All right. Vegas Cybertruck bomber Matthew Livelsberger revealed as Special Forces soldier overseeing drones as first pic shows him posing in camo with his rifle. Cybertruck bomber Matthew Livelsberger worked in Special Forces overseeing drone operations. So now we know who was in New Jersey, right? It was this guy. And maintenance. As he is pictured for the first time wearing camouflage and posing with a rifle atop a snowy mountain, Livelsberger 37 was last stationed in Camp Panzer Kaserne just southwest of Stuttgart, Germany. So is Stuttgart anywhere near where that other incident took place? Maybe somebody can answer that question in the chat. Stuttgart, Germany. And I'm sure I'm not saying that correctly. Where he worked as a remote and autonomous systems manager for the Army. Part of some sleeper cell. In that position, Livelsberger was responsible for the operations, maintenance, and integration of drones in the military. Let's see. The person inside the Tesla Cybertruck that burst into flames outside President-elect Donald Trump's Las Vegas hotel suffered a gunshot to the head before the explosion, officials said Thursday. And apparently they found a Desert Eagle, a 50 cal. Like, it's a serious handgun. Some serious firepower. All right, guys, if you haven't participated in the poll, now's the time to do that. Let's see what else we got here. All right, here's the FBI on the other gentleman. Let's take a look here.
Response teams finished their work at the crime scene. Bourbon Street has been turned over to the city of New Orleans. As you know, there's also an FBI investigation in Las Vegas. We are following up on all potential leads and not ruling everything out. However, at this point, there is no definitive link between the attack here in New Orleans and the one in Las Vegas. And again, I'll preface everything with what I started with in the beginning, which was this is very early in an investigation like this. Again, our thoughts and prayers are with the victims of this tragedy and everyone impacted across the country. They remain at the heart of our investigation. I also, although I've only been on the ground here a short time, I also want to express a sincere appreciation for our partners here, which include the U.S. Attorney's Office, HSI, ATF, the New Orleans PD, the Louisiana State Police.
What's up, Lauren? Lauren says, I'm suspicious. I think there's more going on than they will tell the public. I agree. And let's say they are connected. Let's say this is connected with the guy who tried to assassinate Trump, who was hanging out at his golf course, right? He was recruiting people for Ukraine to fight in Ukraine. I'm not saying that's what this other guy was doing, but they kind of shared that interest. You know what I mean? Like there seems to be this weird connection between all of them. So maybe there is like some kind of sleeper cell, some kind of Fight Club style group of people who have a common enemy, which is, if not the U.S. government, maybe the conservative MAGA movement, I guess.
The governor's office, and countless others. At this point, I'm going to turn it over to response teams finished their work at the crime.
Stuff that is very useful for this investigation. As you look at this cyber truck here, we had to transport.
That's the wrong one. Let's do a quick refresher on this guy, Ryan Routh.
Possession of a firearm as a convicted criminal, as well as possession of a firearm with an obliterated serial number.
I thought I had a better video on him.
Charged with possession of a firearm as a convicted criminal, as well as possession of a firearm with an obliterated serial number. The US authorities have confirmed that the suspect fired no shots on the golf course where the Republican presidential candidate was playing. Mr. Trump has blamed the incident on the rhetoric of his Democrat rival, Kamala Harris. President Biden has questioned whether the US Secret Service have enough resources to protect senior American politicians. John Donaldson reports.
56 from the U.S. From North Carolina.
This is Ryan Routh, now 58, speaking 2 years ago in Ukraine, where he'd volunteered to fight against Russia. He's now in custody in Florida after he allegedly turned his sights on.
So what if he was coming in contact with special forces while over there in Ukraine? You guys think that's possible? Or is this too far-fetched? Let's start there. Let's see. What is Turo? Here, skip the rental car counter, rent just about any car, just about anywhere. Airport pickup made easy. No lines. So it's not specific to electric cars. You can pretty much pick whatever you want. See everything: Jeep, Tesla, Subaru, Porsche, BMW, Toronto, London, Sydney, Paris, Honolulu, Los Angeles. So I find it strange that they both selected an electric vehicle. Is that just something, do they just believe that that's good for the environment and that's something that they're doing politically and they just agree in that way? They're kind of like similar thinking people, or is this something that they did kind of like a part of their signature? Yeah, Anna, that story seems to have settled down. I thought we were on to the mist. What is this mist all about? That's the latest. It's a deadly mist. It's a fog. It's rolling in. You ever seen the movie Mist? That's a good one. Miranda says, I don't think they're related. Just both use January 1st as their day of infamy. Could be. You know, we were all anticipating it and they gave us what we wanted. They just both had the same idea. But what about all the things they have in common? Not only did they both pick day one of 2025, one had a connection to ISIS, right, with the ISIS flag. Trump was the one who, he kind of was like the president who bragged about getting rid of ISIS. Obama is the president who allowed ISIS. And also he's kind of trying to stop the war in Ukraine. Remember, Biden has all that corruption connected to the Ukraine in that conflict and just Ukraine in general. And the gentleman who attempted to assassinate Trump was somebody who spent some time in Ukraine recruiting for their military. This guy who did the Cybertruck bombing was stationed in Germany and also expressed interest in recruiting for the Ukraine-Russia war. I would agree with that, Miranda. You know, why the Trump Tower? Why a Cybertruck? It all just looks like a message. A message of the radical. Some radical message. Kimmy says we still don't know the truth about Kennedy, etc. Yeah, that's true. I mean, we all kind of do. It's probably one of those inside job situations. Sparky says, "Is it Don? He wasn't on the interstate in most of New Mexico. He went to Las Vegas, New Mexico, to Albuquerque, then to Las Vegas, Nevada." All right, let's kind of take a closer look at the Shamsud din Jabbar. This guy here.
I'm Shamsud Jabbar, property manager with Blue Metal Properties and team lead at the Midas Group at Core Realty. I just want to say hello and let you know a little bit about me. So I'm born and raised in Beaumont, Texas, and now live in Houston. And I've been here all my life, with the exception of traveling for the military, where I spent 10 years as a human resources specialist and IT specialist, where I learned the meaning of great service and what it means to be responsive and take everything seriously, dotting I's and crossing T's to make. Shamsud Jabbar, property manager.
Yeah, I think they were mistaken about some explosives that they found nearby. They saw some civilians that they thought were connected, but I don't know. You know, I don't trust any narratives that they put out at this point. So there's the flag fully like unfolded. Definitely an ISIS flag. And he had it in the back of his truck too, like straight terror style. I wonder if it was out. I couldn't tell if it was out in any of the footage. Or did he keep it folded so that they could find it afterward? Not to alert anybody. Thanks, Sparky. Hey, welcome in, Vegas. Says, thank you. I work at the Trump Hotel here in Vegas. I saw the car and stuff today. It was pretty scary and still is. Holy shit, Vegas. That's crazy. What's everybody saying down there? On the crack? Okay, so it says here the truck swerved around a police car to enter Bourbon Street. Remember that video I showed you guys? I'm pretty sure you've all seen it. Well, the truck, it shows a white truck kind of traveling and then out of nowhere just kind of goes around a police vehicle and runs over like a group of people. So this map kind of helps you understand that that was just the beginning of the nightmare, right? That video, that wasn't it. You know, I thought it all just kind of happened right here. But no, he continues down Bourbon Street. The truck collides with people, killing at least 15 and injuring dozens of others. Right? A vehicle is not supposed to be back there. It's completely crowded with people. And it looks like the other side was blocked off by some kind of a scissor lift. And then he ended up crashing into that. So, I mean, what are the odds that these were connected? This is a photograph of him when he was younger. Don says both Vegas and New Orleans guys were IT experts. There you go. I guess the question is, can you picture both these gentlemen kind of sitting behind the scenes together in some kind of private room, maybe in a chat room? Maybe even off grid. Leave your cell phones, leave everything, and go meet somewhere. Or maybe even as IT guys, maybe they're more likely to meet online, like on the dark web or somewhere where nobody will notice. Some chat room. Shit, maybe even just Zoom or something. Oh, we got a scrub report. 51 in chat and only 30 thumbs up. Damn. Scrubsville. What's up, Delulu? Yeah, both Vegas and would-be assassin were recruiting for Ukraine. So there's a connection between the Cybertruck and the Trump assassin, and then the Cybertruck and the New Orleans ISIS guy, this gentleman here. I mean, he looks like he's straight out of Pakistan in this one.
Shamsud, Jabbar, property manager with Blue Metal Properties and team lead at the Midas Group at Core Realty. I just want to say hello.
All right, so who is this guy? Let's take a look. Articles by Rachel Bowman for Daily Mail. Titled, Who is Shamsud Din Jabbar, the man behind the New Orleans terror attack with possible ISIS links? So he may not be linked. He might just be inspired by them. The flag looks homemade. I mean, I'm not sure you can get something like that online. I don't know if you can go on Amazon and get an ISIS flag. I mean, this is America. I mean, you're free, to do whatever you want. But might be a bit of a red flag. No pun. No pun intended. Thank you, Sparky. Yeah, if you guys feel like supporting my channel, I appreciate it. We've been doing really good with people donating, so big shout out to all of you. You know who you are. Thanks for supporting my channel. Without you, we wouldn't be here, so we're going to stick around as long as you guys keep helping. Let's go to Brad. Stuttgart. Am I saying that right? We have Stuttgart, Arkansas, and a Hamburg, Arkansas. So is that place Stuttgart, Germany? Is that anywhere near what happened to the event that happened in Germany? That terrorist attack. Stuttgart. Stuttgart. Yeah, that seems more like it. That seems more Dutch. Laura. Yeah, that was all grunge truck. I mean, that kind of makes sense, some kind of ragtag sleeper cell, not really belonging to anything, just kind of like some kind of group joined together in like a similar belief. Oh, here we go. Kimmy says, my family is near Stuttgart, Germany. I believe the Germany car ramming was more in the northern part of the country. Thank you so much, Kimmy. Just curious, trying to make some connections if possible. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, they don't seem like Trump supporters. I've heard some people kind of put that out there. One of the, I think, the Cybertruck guy, I think his father was. But yeah, these guys definitely were not Republicans. I don't know what they are. Another thing they have in common. ISIS flag. Suppose if the attacks are connected, they could be to protest U.S. activities in the Middle East. Yep, CJK, rent your vehicle. What's up, right field? Yeah, I've been hearing about that too, Hiawatha. Plans of people attacking the railroad system. Bridges in the railroad. Are they connected? That is the question. Are they? I'm even going to throw in the Trump assassin. Michelle, welcome in, says one had bombs, the other had fireworks. No, he had fireworks and it basically all together it was a bomb. He had like cans of fuel, like at least 5 cans of fuel, smaller cans of fuel, and then one large can of fuel. And then he had it all rigged together with some high-end powerful fireworks. I mean, it exploded. It knocked a guy who was like 20 feet away, knocked him straight off his feet. Some serious shit. I downplayed it when I first saw it, like, oh, it's just some stupid accident. But no, I was way off on that. Like, there's something here, some kind of message. And I really like what Grunge Truck said about Fight Club. That's a good analogy. That's a good way to put it. That's what it reminds me of. Some kind of Fight Club, some kind of ragtag sleeper cell of people just, bonding over mutual hatred. Yep, wife. Hey, what's up, V? Wife was a Dem. There's a lot. I have some social media of hers we can go to real quick. Let me see. At least I thought I did. I may have. Yeah, here we go. Let's see. His wife posted, "Look what this lady got in the mail as a surprise. Perks of being a registered Democrat, and it stopped bigotry." It's Trump's. It's like a Trump avatar looking thing. But here's something else. I don't know. Is that an F-bomb? I was trying to keep Trump's name off my feed and mind, right? Trump derangement syndrome. Since my rant a couple weeks ago, but yeah, just pushed me too far again, fella. Trump needs to spend less time on Twitter posting and deleting tweets and more time focusing on maybe a gosh darn platform of some sort. So weird. Get off social media. You guys make sure you take breaks from social media and from politics and from everything. Unplug. I do not support voting for a candidate based solely on their gender or race or religion for that matter. That is why I shared this. It is a statement like this which will cause some women to go out and vote for Hillary Clinton based on the fact that she is a woman, because this misogynistic behavior and the approval of it is divisive. Terrible for equality and will only further sexism. If women feel as if male candidates are attacking women or making statements like this, suggesting that the reason men cheat is because they have the inability to satisfy, let's just say that some women find it hard to trust male candidates and their ability to live in the 21st century. Again, I do not approve of voting for somebody out of spite. It is just the truth. Just like many men will not vote for Hillary based on the fact. And it's cut off there. So yeah, a bunch of bullshit, really. All right, let's go back to that article before we run out of time here. All right, the twisted driver who massacred pedestrians celebrating the New Year's on a New Orleans street and died in a shootout with police has been identified. So that was the part that was really scary to me, because you see a truck kind of barreling where it shouldn't be, right? You already say to yourself, well, it shouldn't be here. This is a horrible mistake. This can't be intentional. This might be a drunk driving situation. You see people laying on the ground that have been injured. So your first instinct as a good human being is to rush over there and help. So imagine rushing over, picking up somebody who's basically their body has been mangled. It's basically twisted up, and bent in ways that it shouldn't be, according to witnesses. And then the driver of the vehicle that you're also concerned about pops out of the vehicle with an AK-47 and begins shooting first responders there. I believe 2 police officers were injured, and a bunch of people that were just there as concerned citizens were shot and killed by this gentleman. So he used his vehicle and a gun as a weapon. Shamsud Din Jabbar, 42, a U.S. citizen, drove a rental truck brandishing an ISIS flag into the crowd on Bourbon Street, killing at least 15 people and injuring dozens. He was killed by cops after he exited his vehicle and started shooting. The electric vehicle driving terrorist, who the FBI believes did not work alone on the horrifying attack, grew up in Texas and served in the U.S. Army. And Texas isn't far from Colorado either. Jabbar worked for White Collar Deloitte as a business developer and data engineer after working in real estate at Blue Meadow Properties. He had a bachelor's degree from Georgia State University and used to work for the U.S. Army. We believe he was honorably discharged, but we are working through this process. Figuring out all this information, said FBI Assistant Special Agent in charge, Aletha Duncan. The suspect's love life was scattered, having been married twice. His first marriage ended in 2012 and his second in 2022. His second wife's new husband, Dwayne Marsh, said Jabbar had begun to convert to Islam within the last year and was being all crazy, reported to the New York Times. Marsh said Jabbar had 2 daughters, one a teenager and one a young adult, and that they were a mess after the attack. In a YouTube video from 2020, Jabbar spoke about his professional life in real estate. That's the one that I showed you. And that he was born and raised in Beaumont, Texas. Jabbar worked as a human resources specialist and an information technology specialist during his decade-long tenure in the armed forces. The terrorist, who was shot dead in the bloody scene on New Year's Day, also had a criminal history, including being charged with misdemeanor theft in 2002 and for driving without a valid license in 2005. A motive for the heinous crime of killing at least 15 people has not been revealed. The electric vehicle was rented by the suspect through the Turo app, a car-sharing company that is registered to 42-year-old Houston man. Police recovered a handgun. So there's another similarity. They both had handguns and AR-style rifles. That's exactly, both of them had a handgun and an AR-style rifle. This gentleman had pipe bombs. The gentleman in the Cybertruck in Vegas had bombs. You know, kind of crude. They're both were, I guess you could consider crude. Pipe bombs from the bloody scene, according to Louisiana State Police intelligence bulletin obtained by the Associated Press. The devices, which were concealed within coolers, were wired for remote detonation. So we haven't heard a whole lot on what happened with the Cybertruck explosion. I mean, how was it detonated? Did he light a fuse and then turn the gun on himself while the fuse is burning, or did he attach a detonator? Like, how do you shoot yourself with a 50 caliber handgun and then detonate this massive bomb? There must have been either a timer or some kind of system, right? I don't know how you're going to light a fuse after something like that. So maybe that's another similarity here. We're wired for remote detonation, the bulletin said, and a corresponding remote control was discovered inside the vehicle. The FBI said other potential explosive devices were also located in the French Quarter. I think that could point to other actors, unless they have him on video planting the weapons or the devices. According to the intelligence bulletin, surveillance footage captured 3 men and a woman placing one of multiple improvised explosive devices. So since this article, I think they've corrected that. I think these 2 people now, the information that they're providing to the public is that they are no longer suspects. I think they were just at the wrong place at the wrong time. The truck came through Eagle Pass, Texas over a month ago. According to Fox News, it was initially reported that the truck crossed the border 2 days ago. So I'm going to have to say this now. If they are connected, their communication was taking place somewhere online. Some kind of chat room, some kind of private messaging, something along those lines. The FBI confirmed Jabbar had attached an ISIS flag to the truck he used to plow through the crowd. An ISIS flag was located in the vehicle, and the FBI is working to determine the subject's potential association and affiliations with terrorist organizations, the agency said. Witnesses claim Jabbar was wearing full body armor and armed with an assault rifle. The driver rammed into the large group at high speed, then got out and started firing a weapon, witnesses said. Investigators later added that they found what appeared to be improvised explosives at the crash site that did not detonate. The FBI confirmed they are investigating the attack as an act of terrorism. Well, obviously. Following the horrific tragedy, an image of what appears to be a flagpole on the back of an unidentified driver's truck circulated online, sparking mass speculation. Photos taken after the collision show what appears to be a metallic gray jacket wrapped around a flagpole. But a video shot earlier in the morning shows what appears to be a black flag dangling from the same pole. NOLA Police Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick said the man intentionally drove the truck into the crowd at high speed. I thought I had a presser for this. I guess I was wrong. All right, guys. That's going to do it for today's live stream. Make sure you guys go vote on that poll. We're going to slowly start to close it out. So here's something else I found online. The Las Vegas Tesla truck bomber, the New Orleans terrorist attacker, and the failed Trump assassin. What do they have in common? Spent a lot of time at Fort Bragg. And I think it has been proven, right? Special operations forces are in Ukraine. I don't think they've made that public, but I think there's some evidence of that. I don't know. He looks very Middle Eastern to me. What's up, Glam Van? So yeah, I think we're going to look a little bit more into this event in Germany and see if there's any connection there. I have to link back up with you guys on the Discord. And I think we're doing a members only. I'm not sure yet. We might do a members only later today, or we might even just do an open panel true crime live stream around 6 o'clock my time. One or the other, if we can make it work. Yeah, that's true, Anna. Kind of like Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay. Sparky says, I heard the flag was attached to the truck hitch, and flying when he was driving. It's very possible they could have blurred that part out. Yeah, that's the one I'm referring to, Kimmy. I have it here, but I don't want to play it. You guys have all seen it. I have a feeling that would like flag the video or something. That's true, Anna. Got to consider all the variables, right? No, I don't think he's Pakistani, CJK. I was just throwing that out there. Yeah, I saw the flagpole, not the flag. Doesn't mean it wasn't there. The video was pretty blurry and it was pretty dark. So it's a black flag. Yep, I agree with that. All right, guys, I'm closing down the poll. So if you haven't voted, now will be your last chance. Question is, are they connected? Yes, no. If they are connected, they won't say. And I'm not sure. So 31% said I'm not sure. Well, actually, 39% of you said yes, it is connected. 15% said no. 13% said if they are connected, they won't say. But 32% said I'm not sure. I think they are. I mean, what are the odds? So they both rented these vehicles through the company Turo, and we kind of took a quick look at what that place is. Both vehicles were electric, both active U.S. Army, and extensive time at Fort Bragg, and were deployed to Afghanistan at the same time. Each individual had a firearm and an AR-style rifle, and they both had explosives. And both events happened on New Year's Day. Quite the coinkydink. What's up, TC? When people say that religion doesn't matter, they're wrong. It does. If that religion preaches to kill those who don't think like them. Yeah, it's true. I mean, there's evil comes in many forms. Yeah, that's the first time I've ever heard of it, Anna. Yeah, we found that out the hard way, Anna. You don't need a gun for anything. You just need anything that could maim and murder is what these people will use. And it doesn't have to be a gun. If you guys are part of the replay crew, leave a comment. Let me know. You think these are connected? We even threw in the failed Trump assassin. So we went down quite the rabbit hole. Yeah, get attention or to convey a message. Like I said, I really liked what Grunge Truck said about the whole Fight Club vibe of it all. That really resonated with me. Oh, really, V? I did read while doing some research on this that they were having problems with people with theft. I wonder if that's connected to what the story you're referring to. There's a bomb threat in South Carolina. Hey, what's up, Courtney? I don't think related, but there's definitely a pattern. Stay safe out there, everybody. All right, guys, that's going to do it. Big shout out to everybody who caught the live stream. If you're part of the replay crew, leave me a comment. Let me know if you think these are connected. The majority of you out there who participated in the poll thought these incidents were connected. I say, hell, we'll throw in the failed Trump assassin too, with his connections to Ukraine and trying to recruit for the Ukraine-Russia conflict. So we found quite a bit of connections there, but it's up to you guys to make the decision. Big shout out to all of you who have been donating to the Cash App, to the Venmo, to the Zelle. Those of you who have taken the step and became members, and all of my mods out there that help keep the chat chill. Thank you so much. And all of you, hopefully I'll see you a little bit later today. Definitely going to make the effort. It may be a members, it may not be. I haven't decided yet. Either way, enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.